Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to part 2, where today's video I'm just going to ramble about Doctor Who for 5 minutes, probably longer. Like I said in the previous video, the part 1, my journey with Doctor Who started in 2005, and ever since that, I watched it from Christopher Eccleston right up to David Tennant's departure. I think me and my dad watched a few episodes of Matt Smith before. I was a teenager by that point. I was 13, 14, and when you're a teenager you do sort of give up some of the things you enjoyed as a kid, and that's what happened. And it wasn't until 2018 when I rewatched Doctor Who for the first time I thought, oh, I'm going to rewatch this. You know, I used to love that as a kid, and that was it then. I blitzed the whole thing from start to finish. I binged it, I loved it. I have since binged it a few times, and I don't even need to watch through it. I just stick an episode on now. I might just pick a random episode and watch it, or I watch people's reactions to it because I'm sad. But New Who is I love it to pieces. I love everything about it. I guess if I had to explain why I love it so much, I guess it's the fact that the show can be so emotional and it can be so bombastic, and it can also be so touching. There's some really touching moments in it, and some of the actors have been fantastic who play the Doctor, and the fact that the show can change, it can change all its actors. It's one of the only shows that can continuously keep going but change all the actors, you know. And it's amazing that you know, nowadays, at least in the UK, you can pretty much watch all of it, besides the missing episodes that are unfortunate. In the 60s, the BBC used to I think that they would reuse tapes, so they would delete some of the older tapes, or not delete them, but rewrite over them, and some of the episodes have been lost to time. But you know, the fact that you can watch Christopher Eccleston and then you can watch Patrick Troughton in black and white, and the same core is there, it's the same TV show but it's completely different. It is brilliant. I love the premise. Everyone loves the TARDIS, everyone loves the sonic screwdriver and Rose Tyler, and you know, and some of the villains are iconic, like the Daleks, which we showed off yesterday. The Daleks are, you know, alright. Obviously now that CGI and stuff has moved on, the little plunger doesn't really make sense, but they've done really well at making these old enemies look better, mostly look better in this new CGI world. Now my favourite Doctor Who villain has to be the Cybermen, and unfortunately they get mistreated over and over again. Now in terms of New Who, the Cybus Cybermen, which are the ones created in the parallel universe by the guy from Only Fools and Horses, by Cybus, the mad inventor. Those are great. Those are big, towering, lumbering beasts, and they have a presence about them that, as a kid, they probably were scary. I can't remember, but the Cybermen essentially the Cybermen just became Iron Man, and they were just sort of dead after that. And I never really. But if you go back and watch like the 60s Cybermen, they were brilliant. Some of my favourite episodes are the Cybermen ones, especially from the 60s, with like the 10th Planet with the Mondasian Cybermen. Unbelievably good. And unfortunately the 4th episode is missing. It's one of the lost episodes, which pains me. I would sell my soul to be able to see that, but I love that serial, that story, the 10th Planet. And of course you got the Moon Base, brilliant. You got the Tomb of the Cybermen, fantastic. And of course the invasion, the Cybermen, the invasion where the Cybermen are coming up the sewers, and then they're walking down the steps outside of that cathedral in London, which I can't remember the name of. That is just so iconic, and I love the Cybermen. And unfortunately, like I said, they do get misused nowadays, but I think it's been brilliant, and I think it's just a staple, you know. You can always rely on Doctor Who to cheer you up, or just for a good watch. You've got the films, you've got the two I spoke about yesterday, and then you've got the American-made film in 1996, which I think is just called Doctor Who. I might have that wrong. But the one with, what's his name? I'm blanking on the 7th Doctor's name. No, the 8th Doctor, sorry. Oh, what's his name? I can't remember his name, but the one before Christopher Eccleston. But all the Doctors have been brilliant. So, I mean, if I had to pick a favourite Doctor, it would probably be... Well, favourite Doctor from New Who would probably be Peter Capaldi. Who, I mean, some of his speeches, especially when he's on the ship with the Mondasian Cybermen, he's speaking to both masters. Spoiler, by the way. His speech there is just astronomical. His acting ability is astonishing. And of course everyone loves David Tennant. And then you go back into like classic Who. I do like John Pertwee, but they're all pretty good. And obviously Tom Baker. Tom Baker is the one everyone watched growing up. So yeah, I mean, this is just a short part 2. I could go on for hours, but I don't really... It's too hot in here, and I've got other video ideas. But, you know, thanks for watching. If you did watch part 1 and part 2, then super thank you. You know, I'm glad to be back, and all the sort of hiccups I had with filming are gone, and I've got so many different video ideas, especially now. I know I was complaining about it being too hot, but it is beautiful outside, so I can get out and about and start filming. Those are the videos I love filming too. But anyway, thanks for watching. If you've never watched Doctor Who, give it a go. I promise you'll love it. And I will see you all again soon. Take care, everyone.